Beaver and then all the stuff popping up and everything. Yeah, I was happy with that. It took me only like 3.5 hours to make. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah, because I took out, love the love good job or something, and I went to hit send, and right when I hit send, it like the chat ended. I was like, God damn it. But yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
whatever.
enjoyed.
I think that it all depends on how fast I end it. Sometimes I let the chat. Sometimes I let the thing just kind of sit there and spin at the end, because then people chat still for a little bit and people say hi and goodbye and if you do like McToon, where he like ends it and then he just like ends his stream, he hits end stream immediately. What ends up happening is it immediately actually like ends on the screen and then starts like auto playing into the next thing. So a lot of people actually get auto played right out of the chat stream immediately. And they're like, by the time they realize what's happened, they're in another video, and oh shoot! And some people come back. You can hit back and come back to it, but some people won't, right? So
And then he gets views on that, and does that count as a hit on that video to get paid for it?
I had to come back to it. I don't know. That's a good question. I
Because
mean,
that's pretty
let's
smart.
face it. Some people are I mean, if somebody goes back to a video and watches again, there's a chance they might have to watch an ad again.
I don't know what that's like. I've been paying for YouTube Red way too long.
Well, but then I get paid. I and other creators get paid. Hey, stupid McGee. I and other creators get paid out of your subscription. Same with me. I pay premium, and the reason I did that is I didn't want to use an ad blocker. I watch enough YouTube now, trying to like find other videos to look at and stupid things, and it's my primary source of media, I guess, these days. That it was it was just making sure. It was important not to watch that many ads. I was wasting a lot of time watching ads. So yeah, I just didn't want to ad block it because I mean, I just think people should get not the flat earthers, unfortunately, but I do think some people should be getting their money out of it, right? So yeah, so it's nice then because what happens is they take, and I don't know how none of us really know how this part works, but I believe what they do, Frank, is if you watch like let's say you tuned into YouTube and you watched 100% Brainy Beaver, then apparently I would get like 100% of your portion, the portion that they have chunked off of your monthly subscription to be for like creators, and
it's
then
like 99 a month now, I think.
What in what fucking world? 99 a month. I pay like
No,
$11.99.
$14.99 a month.
Well, you went from 99 to 14.90. 14.
No, you just didn't hear the first number. That's all.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fair because maybe I got a blank there for a second. I just heard 90. Yeah, it's like I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know. It's $14.99. Maybe if you have the family one, that's right. Because you probably have one with Missy and all that. Yep, that's right. Because I only pay like $11.99 Canadian for a singular plan.
Not only that, but when you pay extra, and just for Netflix too, a lot of people don't know this. For Netflix,
higher def.
For 4K. If you pay for 4K,
you don't need 4K if you don't have a 4K TV. That's the thing, right? It's a waste of money.
Oh, dude, and so is the TV you're watching. If you don't have a 4K TV, it's amazing. The screen quality is insane.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, okay. I don't have the money to buy a 4K TV. You're as bad as that chick on.
That's a 3D TV. Remember when they came out?
Yeah, but I never owned one of them either. I've been broke for a long time, and broke is one of those things. It's like a moving target, right? Like I have lots of things, but I'm fiscally broke.
yeah, like
I own a business that has like $7,000, $8,000 goddamn threader and stuff like that. But I'm broke because I own those things and I'm trying to build a business and stuff. And before that, I was broke because I was doing other endeavors. And then, before that, I was broke because I've, wicked ADHD and probably can't manage my funds as well as I thought I could. So, when you add it all up, it is what it is. But hey, listen, I'm hoping to put an end to that pattern. I'm hoping business will pick up, but then this COVID stuff started and had to fuck everything in the ass.
Dude, we are going to have the worst world depression we've ever seen.
I don't know. China went back to work. They're all going back inside again, so it'll just ebb and flow for a bit. I mean, it's going to be the new normal. Let's face it. The world will... Here's the thing. Here's what I want to say. I'm going to give a little optimism to this. Yes, we may go into a recession. It could even hit the big D, depression. There's a lot of stopgaps in the world economy now to kind of prevent that. There wasn't back when the depression happened. So That's why 2008 didn't become a depression. That's why, the 80s didn't become a depression. That's why, all
Well,
these.
2000 was bad.
Oh, it was
Oh
fucking
boy.
bad. People have no idea how bad the 2008 was. Like, we were on the edge of oblivion. Like the world economy was on the edge of absolute, like, they were Flatfoot Pete going right off the edge. Like, it was.
And like that's why I love my job, because my job is recession and depression proof.
It tends to be because it's mechanical, and even mine, same thing, which is why I still got a little bit of work. But
And the great thing is, we made so much money profit because there were so many people unemployed in the trades that they would work for $10 an hour cash every day. And when a full-time employee on the books would get paid 30, you know what I mean? So we were making bank. So, and if I had money, I would buy so much stock right now. It's insane.
I've been playing with Bitcoin.
How have you done? Is that what that meant?
I made $20 damn one day. God damn it! I'm on fire. I'm only down like 300 over like 6 years or something like that. So it's
See, but I just don't. I've never played the stock market, so I have nothing to base it on.
Bitcoin. Okay, so the problem I was having, I found out by talking to some people that are a little bit more into Bitcoin than I am, is that I have an app that is way too slow for how fast shit goes down in the world of Bitcoin.
Like, dude, there's 3 lines of like shit going across MSNBC, and I'm like, I don't know what all that means.
I'll find you. Hold on, I'll find you resources.
Like how can you track all that? It's insane.
Actually, it's there's certain things that are a little bit easier once you kind of know what you're doing a little bit. I don't totally know what I'm doing, but oh fuck, see, I missed that. That was today.
Like I don't know what I'm doing at all, just at all of it.
Oh, mother trucker, that would have been some money, boy. I would have made. What did it go up to? 9,100. Yeah, I would have made some money today if I was paying attention, but I wasn't. We're talking when I say money, we're talking like I could have made $10 because it's like pocket slots to me. I have an app on my phone. I have a couple $100 in there. It's like sell. Yay! I made $10. I mean, if you're going up, you're going up. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Dude, my favorite thing to do when I got an extra cup of honey, right? And I'm close enough to Atlantic City to been there enough and lost enough and won enough to know I don't like going there.
I'm gonna tell you, I hate slot machines and shit. Go ahead.
Oh, dude, if I'm in a casino for too long, which means I'm winning, I hear that ding ling 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 sound when I go to sleep for like 2 nights straight. I can't get it out of my head.
No, my wife and I went in the casino here, and we blasted 20 something bucks each or $30 each into some machines, and at the electronic pokers and some tables and stuff like that. And when we were done, we just like, we're not gamblers. We looked at each other. We're like, feel like that was just not worth it for like, just because like, what I'm like, what did we do? We just fed money into machines so they could make noises at us. To me, it just felt like, and you look around and there's just people just pumping coins into those bitches. Just boom, boom, boom. You're like, what are you doing? You're feeding hundreds of dollars into this machine so we can play fancy sounds at you. I play video games. It costs me way less than your addiction. Well, I have my own addiction. It's video games.
Let me tell you a story real quick, right? So, I watched my boss lose 30,000 at a blackjack table within 10 minutes once, right?
Yep.
And I went, never again will I ever acknowledge the fact that you're talking to me about money and how you're not making enough or losing or whatever, right? So, and I forgot all about it. And then 2 years later, he was all upset because the IRS told him that he owed like $40,000 and he didn't have it, this and that. And for a week, I heard it about it. I didn't know that it was $40,000 of tax money that he owed because of all of his winnings throughout the year in casinos. Because anything over a certain amount, you got to claim it.
Yep.
And then, right, well, of course, they always ask you, do you want all of it, or would you like us to hold it back? And we'll send you a W-2 or whatever it is at the end of the year, so you don't have to owe anything. And of course, he goes, no, I want it all. Of course he would. And yeah, and he made me feel bad for him and I have to listen to him day in and day out for a week. about how the IRS were after him over owing 40,000 in taxes. Now, what is that even out to? How much did he win that year? If it was 40,000 he owed. Like, I don't know how much they take. I want to say 10% ish.
So
maybe.
So look at this. You see what's on the screen?
No, I got my recorder up. Hold on.
You gotta look at my feed.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. Yeah. All right. Go ahead. Yep.
Viewer thing up there. I wish I could figure out how to switch that between streams. Anyway, turn it off. But okay, so you look right here, and you got this is the run up that just happened. Like I actually missed the very beginning. It was too bad I didn't buy down here because I wasn't paying enough attention. But I've been talking to somebody about Bitcoin a little bit. But if you look, the price here was like 70 something hundred a Bitcoin, 7,700 right over here. See? 77.37. Like see right here, that number right here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can't
right
make out.
Okay, but it's 77.31. So that's Bitcoin. But then this is on April 28th. So then like, so okay. So here's the thing. I purchased. They suspected it would keep going up. I purchased right here. So if you look right here, I purchased right here, and then it swiftly dropped, and so I actually lost $20 like within 5 minutes. I like bought here, and it like within minutes I had lost $20, and I was down like $30 here. But then so I held on to it, and over the course of like a couple days here, it took a couple days. All of a sudden, I was at the end of my stream. Here's where we were when I finished my stream at 11:30 at night or something like that, and I was like. That's when you'll see it in my stream right near the end. I like check my phone. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, sell. Well, so yeah, so I'd bought here and I sold here and I made like $6 or $7. That I kind of lost initially. Anyways, doesn't matter. But then
I was the best in the sell.
But then I bought here and then kind of rethought about it and sold like about here. So I lost about $5 here. I think I made 20 there, lost about 5 here, and I haven't repurchased back in. But then you look over here, and if we go into a closer, yeah, could have made a bit of money right in here, like this day. Yeah. But anyways,
I mean, I would buy those like for certain stocks that are low now are going to be low for a bit, but will climb
well, what they're expecting to happen here, actually, I guess I should have said this. What they're expecting to happen here, everybody, what's the speculation that's going to happen is that, so the halvening's coming. It's an event where it happens every 4 years. It's an event where the reward for mining a block, which is doing the math for the market, essentially, the reward in Bitcoins for completing a block essentially is going to be cut in half. So now the reason you're seeing this here is because the halvening, people are getting excited and there was a lot of purchasing going in, and so then it drops, right? But it's staying kind of relatively high compared to where it was just not long ago. Now what they're expecting to happen is this is going to climb to around 10K, so I might even buy in again. If it drops again into the 8 something, I might buy in again. Because they are thinking it's going to climb up to about 10K, which is, I mean, it went there here almost.
I'm going to think another 2 weeks, everything's going to drop.
No. Listen, there's an actual date. Like, this is what I mean. Like, you're not understanding. The halvening is a literal calendared countdown that is occurring. It's built into the programming of Bitcoin. So it is happening. And what's going to happen is when that happens, the reward for mining a Bitcoin block drops in half. It goes from like 16 Bitcoin, which is a fuck ton of money. 16 times whatever this value is, 9,100. So I mean, it's 150 freaking damn $1,000 to mine a Bitcoin block. So this is going to, and this is an American funds, everybody, that I'm talking about. You can do Canadian. It's all done in American anyways. It's usually so. But okay, so where I'm going at is what they're suspecting will happen, the people that are in the know, is that this is going to climb to anywhere from 9,500 to 10K, even 10.5, but no higher than 11. And then it's going to plummet. It's going to plummet below this chart even right here. This chart only goes down to 7,600. They're expecting it to drop to like 6K. So we're talking...
Now.
Well, if you buy now, you're going to lose tons of money because it's going to drop. So, but that's when you, oh, you mean then? Yeah. Well, you buy then when it drops. But then what happens is the reward for the Bitcoin mining is going down at that. Like, so what's going to happen is there's different speculations, but what they think might be happening is people are going to dump a bunch of Bitcoins before they lose their value or something, which is going to cause them to lose value because it's markets. It's going to plummet. And then that's when you buy, and you're buying it a lot cheaper. And over the course of 2 to 3, even 4 months, the price of Bitcoin is going to jump to like possibly. I mean, there's people that say 20,000 a Bitcoin. There's people that say 30,000. There's people that say 500,000. So who's right? But it's going to go up probably. So that's when you gain, money value, your Bitcoin value, because you're buying more when it drops and plummets. We're gonna you buy hard, and then when it rises, hopefully it goes for the moon, right? It goes parabolic, because this is what happened here. It's called going parabolic. That's what happened here. Is it went parabolic. See?
It's funny. I have to look at the stream on my other computer here just to read the numbers because on your share screen it's so fuzzy I can't see it.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. It's your 4K screen that you love so much. I'm just kidding. You're 4K smart, you rich bastard. Stop working so hard.
Yeah, that was a talk we had.
I'm joking. Oh, you and Missy, I see I struck a chord here, did I? Sorry.
No, dude, I worked 60 hours. Like I took Monday and Tuesday off because that's when she had the procedure done and everything. And from Wednesday to Friday afternoon at 7:30, I worked 60 hours.
Are we allowed to talk about your relationship with your employer? Or is that off limits?
No, that's between me and you.
Did that get mended up at the least? That's all I need to know. Are you good?
Yeah, shit's cool.
Oh, good. Awesome.
Yeah.
You don't know what we're talking about, people. You don't need to know. This is Frank's private business. Get the hell out of here. Why would you even ask such a thing, Brainy? God.
Bro.
Bro. What?
That's all I gotta say.
Well, yeah, no shit. I'm just joking. Yeah.
No, I'm just. But no, it's been sometimes, sometimes we're best friends first, and then that afterward. You know what I mean? It's really hard to keep a working relationship and a friend relationship on. You know what I mean? Without one overpowering the other, and
really what we're getting at, everybody, is when is your friend that's also your boss your wrestling partner and not your wrestling partner? That's all I'm saying.
And there's no good answer for it. The only thing you can hope for is when it's all said and done, both of you, can just get past it and move on and realize people ain't fucking perfect.
Because I was just like, I just remember sending you the text. I'm like, because I was being emotional with my own problems and everything, and you sent me that, and I'm like, I think I just sent you back ... I'm like, you have an odd relationship with your boss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god, it made me laugh so hard. It was funny.
There's so much more of a story to that, but
well, of course. And you're like, dude, it's a long story. I'll have to tell you sometime. Oh my god, that's interesting. Anybody who's getting anything like really erotic in their mind, that's definitely not what we're talking about. You're going the wrong direction.
There was balls on my knee. There was balls on my knee.
Hey, you're not sure he's not a bald chinian? Like in Men in Black?
He's got some very svelte balls.
Svelte? Svelte's fun.
Yes, they're very svelte.
Who doesn't like a good set of svelte balls? I like to cradle my own while I'm fondling myself, because then, I get to be... how it goes.
Yeah. Dude, you got to tickle the pickle with the, Anyway. I got to stop saying that phrase, tickle the pickle.
We're not monetized. Don't worry about it. YouTube isn't.
No, because we've been doing one LIW, the Twilight Zone review. We've been doing Tales from the Crypt review. We've been going right into that afterwards. So the one, dude, it was totally insane. Tia Carrera was in it before she was, Wayne's girlfriend.
Okay, so... Oh, sorry. I was getting my thoughts, letting my thoughts run the train here. You keep going, sir.
A podcast is when somebody talks, you stop talking, and then
No. But my disease causes me causes me to interrupt the shit out of people. So please keep going, sir.
I have the same problem. So go right ahead.
You lost your train of thought. That's it. Brainy just ruined everything. Okay,
I still
well,
got it.
have you? Well, I don't need to keep going. That's what I'm saying. You should finish what you're gonna do because I gotta show something. So go ahead. I mean that.
I was just saying, Tia Carrera was, hot, great tits.
Did you hear a cat
Great.
just now?
No.
We have a cat in our house. I thought I heard it. It's usually like lurking above me somewhere.
Goddamn Call of Duty update is still going.
Man, they screwed it up.
Did they?
I think you're probably getting an update, then an update to roll it back. I think like it's what you're probably getting 2 updates. You probably get the one to change it, and the one to fix it again, because it was terrible. Do you know what I heard? Do you know what I heard happened? Get this.
What?
They had okay, amongst other things, like just gameplay style changes that they made that were not popular either. Okay, so the biggest problem they had, this is awesome. Okay, you'll never believe it. They had a problem where with the matchmaking system, where single players and like doubles and triples and 6 squads were getting dropped into the same matches. So you were having like a single player go in as a solo match, and he was getting fucking eradicated by a 6 team or something. Like just decimated as he runs into like a squad.
Speaking of the word decimated, you know where that word came from? I found out the other day.
Ooh, big words. Let's say this is fun. Now let's move. Okay, we got thought, we got knowledge. Let's do this.
All right, so the Roman legion army, right? So whenever like they were separated into like groups of like columns or like 20 or 30, whatever you call those, platoons, whatever. Anyway, so if somebody did something wrong, like basically most of the time it was for running away, right?
Yeah.
So if they would drop their shield and they would drop their spear and run away during a battle, then the punishment was for that squad, the entire squad, to be decimated. And that means you get 10 straws, and you hand out 10 straws, and whoever has the shortest straw gets beaten to death by his comrades.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So the word decimated is a word to describe the 10th man who's about to get killed by stonings, or they just beat him to death with sticks. And then that didn't end there. The 9, let's just say 9, so his 9 brothers who just killed him, their own guy, now they are ousted for like a month or 2 out into the jungle or wilderness or wherever the hell they are, with barely any rations to live off of. And if they make it and come back, then they're reformed and they can join the army once again, if you're alive by then. So to be decimated meant something much, much different back when the word came about, but now it just means to annihilate something, basically.
So
But the word decimate is deci for 10.
I'm just letting it known, just right now, that I will eat you. Okay? I have no qualms. Well, I'm surviving.
Fuck yeah, dude. I mean, and I love dark meat, thighs. I'm just
saying, if that happens, you better watch out, because if you hear a sharpening sound, I'm coming. I got that stick, I'm getting the end sharpened.
I just hope it's because it's a plane crash in the Alps or something, so at least your shit's frozen.
You'll be just like Piggy in Lord of the Flies. I'll just take you out with a rock. I'll just roll a rock off the hill on you while you're harvesting berries or something. Be like, I'm gonna eat you, Frank. I'm coming. I'm gonna eat you, buddy.
Gonna stick an apple in his mouth and turn him over top of fire.
You get Jackalope Hardmasters calling out the lurker. Hey, you chased him away. He's like, look, we got 4 in here. He's at lurker. All of a sudden drops back to 3. And people hate being called out. You pervert. You watching us from the shadows. Did you? Okay, so actually that leads right in. That leads perfect. Did you see did you actually see the thing with the chick that said the shitty things on Twitch?
Which, well, what is this the Susie Lou thing?
I don't think her Susie Lou. Hold on. What is she?
She's the Twitter feminist chick.
No, you don't know what I'm talking about. Then this is fantastic. Give me a second, because this is great. Twitch.
I don't think I even have Twitch as an app. Yeah, no, I don't.
Sub shaming.
Sub shaming?
Oh, just wait.
Why would you say shame a sub? I mean, you're on.
No, you have no idea. Just give it a break for a second. You have no idea. It's amazing.
It's incredible.
It is. It's absolutely insane, sir. Oh, here it is. Oh, God bless. UK. Are you ready? Is everybody out there ready? Because you won't even believe it. Frank's coming back. I'm going to need a chip while he's doing his thing.
All right, go. I'm ready. All right, dude, that blue screen behind me was driving me nuts. I figured, let me turn that off before you're about to play this. All right, cool.
Yeah, and I will just, you can just watch the stream if you want to see the image, but you're going to hear the audio, so you don't have to worry about hearing it. And it's mostly a hear thing anyways, but you can look at the stream and see here. Well, you can look at our chat here. It's going to come through just like that. You see.
Oh, yeah. By the way, the chat. I got to bring the chat up.
Well, you know what I mean. You'll see it in the screen here. So like, okay, so here, check it out, everybody. If you haven't seen this, it's amazing. It's amazing. I don't want to do full screen. I feel like she's like gonna claim me or something.
Let her.
Well, I guess, what am I thinking? I'm not on Brainy Beaver, am I? Yeah, it's true. I don't care. Okay, good call. Good call. Don't care.
Try it.
Okay, so here, listen there. Let's let her talk, okay? Just because you'll be blasted by this. Oh, there, she's not coming through. Okay.
No.
Yeah, no, hold on. I'll fix that. Don't worry. Bum bum. Here we go. It's better.
It doesn't really matter how much money you make or how much money you have. That's really the thing, because I'm not asking you for a large financial contribution. If it cost $20 to sub, $20 is quite a bit of money. $20 is, you can get a full meal for $20. And the difference of $20 and eating a meal is in that $20. Like, that's where it is. But a sub is $5 at maximum in whatever your currency is.
Now remember, subs are different on Twitch. A sub is more like a membership on YouTube. Whereas a follower is more like a subscriber on YouTube. It's a little slightly different terminologies.
It's maybe $10. And it doesn't matter how broke you are. If you have time to watch Twitch, you have $10, truly. If you don't have $10, you probably don't have time to watch Twitch because you should be working. You should be trying.
I know, right?
It's not a ton. It's not like a ton of money. So being like, I'm broke, I can't afford to sub, that doesn't really track. What you mean to say is, I'm so irresponsible with my money, I can't support the entertainment that I enjoy.
Or maybe it means there's a world pandemic. You fucking whore. When did she post this?
For the record, I'm pretty sure she already makes 6 figures, just so you know.
And she's, oh my God, dude, honestly.
This is what I'm saying to you, is I'm pretty sure she makes 6 figures already. So, listen, she's not done yet, man. You have no idea. The second half is almost worse than the first half.
Goes to bills and food, or I would support you.
Okay, here, listen.
I'm unemployed, so basically all my money goes to bills and food, or I would support you. Yeah. It's $5. It's really, like, no one's gonna convince me that what I'm saying is so rude or so unacceptable or so outrageous. It just simply isn't. It's $5. It doesn't cost you that much to sub. And it's very, very wonderful because it allows streamers to continue supporting their communities with content. That's all.
Oh,
So here we have.
Oh no! Okay, you talk for a second. By all means, jump in for a second. I'll put you on.
Yeah, she's about to get fucking lit up.
Oh no, it happened. It happened because the apology video is done.
It's about to happen right now with the comments that she's reading, right?
Oh
like, I'm
yeah.
about to see a turn. Like, she went for like a message, like, look, guys, you know, I mean, I create such great. I mean, how?
Did you see the look on her fudging face? I'm trying to get the F-bombs out. YouTube really doesn't like those F-bombs, honestly. They really don't like them.
Okay,
So
basically, so you're gonna say, like, look, unemployment ain't shit. You're lucky if you can pay your rent and keep your electric on and starve
well,
to death.
especially right now. I don't know about you,
Exactly.
but I have this, like, we have this CERB, the Canadian Emergency Relief, whatever. It's the same kind of idea. We've got money coming from the government to help us with not working because of COVID and stuff like that. And of course, I get this really generic question like, "Have you worked?" And it's made for self-employed people because I own my own business and anybody who's been affected by COVID. And it just says, "Have you worked?" Basically, it's like a yes or no. And I'm like, well, I mean, yes. But the question should be, did I get paid? Because like for instance, my business, yeah, I went and did a hot water tank, and the profit on the job might be $150, you know, but that's my wages in there and everything. But here's the thing: if your company costs $600 a month to run, in insurance and, you know, expenses and business fees and all that kind of stuff, did you actually even make any money? So, okay, so then if the question is, did I work? The answer is, yeah, but that's what I mean. So if the question is, did you work? The answer is, yes, I worked. But if the question is, did you get paid to work? The answer is, well, no, not really, because my business actually still lost money that month and I didn't make a dime. So it's a really gray zone, which I'm sure it is in a lot of places right now, but it's a really gray zone on whether or not I'm able to get that. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. Part of me is wondering if they're not going to make me pay a bunch back later. You know, because they're like, well, you weren't allowed to get that. You still did, you know, you brought in, because like a hot water tank job is $1,000. But literally $850 of that is raw cost. It's the tank plus permits plus, you know, parts to install it, gas in my van to go pick it up. You know, you just all your
Hourly wage.
But not even. That's what I'm saying. Not even. The hourly wage for myself, I'm self-employed, comes out of the $150 to install it. Well, it takes 3 or 4 hours. So when you break it down, you're only getting, you know, I shouldn't say only. It's a good wage. I'm owner of the damn business, but you're getting paid 30 something, $40 an hour. Well, my wage as an employee is $40 an hour if I went and worked for another company. So I'm literally just making an employee's wage at that rate, and not even though, because at the end of the day, my business costs X amount to run per month. And if I don't make that, I lost money that month. And so I need to get, like any business, I need to get a minimum amount of work to actually even make money, like make a dollar.
And my biggest point, though, like going back to the video that you were showing, which is what this is about, you know.
Oh, she's not done. Yeah, it's going to get great.
That's my point. Like, so I wanted to get my little 2 cents in before everybody else in the chat does. I know it's coming. A, she definitely posted this post-COVID. B, she's a cunt. C, does YouTube love the C word? They have
probably not, but it's regional sometimes too. But yeah, I don't care on this channel. On my Brainy Beaver, I've been working hard to be less restricted.
If I say it in an Australian accent, I don't think they'll care. So
she's a rock cunt, y'all.
She is
like, I think I might have put leprechaun in mine. I'm not sure, but either way,
she is a definite Twitch talk cunt.
That's pretty good, actually. Got some Irish going on.
Yeah, I suck at voiceovers. That's pretty much my accent for everybody in the world. It always becomes Irish.
I mean, the worst podcaster / YouTuber ever. I'm like eating a bag of chips while we stream. Hey, I didn't have a lot of time to get this done beforehand. I was talking to different people, had conversations with all kinds of things going on. It's, you know how it is.
I know exactly how it is, dude.
But
it's all good, man.
But what was I gonna say? Oh, let her finish. Let's do this.
Yes, let this cunt just keep on.
and we got Nidji in the chat there also, by the way. Here, I'll just come back to this real quick to you. Nidji,
by the way,
what?
I just want to say, I would, you know, whatever she says next, no matter what, before, now, and after, I'd still definitely give her the pickle.
And she's
Moving
cute.
on.
She's cute and she knows what she's doing. Look at the thigh highs. Anyways,
Remember
yeah,
the bitch
it's stupid.
I went after?
I'm gonna tell you all right now. I'd have an OnlyFans. I could still make an OnlyFans. I don't care. I'll serve the homosexual community if they pay me enough. I don't give a shit. Listen, if you get off from me, congratulations. I'm pretty. It doesn't matter. I don't care.
I mean,
what you do.
Dude, you can pay. I'll go. I'm not swallowing though. I couldn't do it. Even if you pay me like a bunch of money, I just couldn't do it.
I'm not talking about doing it with people. I'm talking about people beating off to my picture. Where do you think you thought I was? No, there's a pretty high price tag on that. I'm very heterosexual. I'm not afraid of my masculinity or any of that stuff, but it's not gonna happen in like that.
If there's money involved, though. I mean, you can.
Oh, everybody's got a price. Everybody's got a price. I remember telling friends in high school, I'm like, like, guys gonna give you $1 million. Banks confirmed the money. It's in your account. It's ready to be wired. There's all these securities set up. You know you're gonna get the money. Dude wants to bang you one night. And they're like, no way. I'm like, $1 million. You can invest it. You're gonna make 8% a year on $1 million, which is $80,000 a year. You've already got a wage coming in every year in the bank for the rest for perpetuity. I'm like,
you want to hear my answer? You want to hear my answer? Oh.
That's basically what I said. I'm like, one night? I'm like, where is he? Oh, bring me daddy. I was like, we can get this done.
I mean, I'll even shave back there for him. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck, I'll go down and get a Brazilian and everything. I'll clean that bitch up and oh baby. Wait, do you want me to bleach my asshole? I'll get it ready.
I like Beaver, not male Beaver.
Yeah, but I keep getting Stupid Beard McGee. Hey, take it easy, Stupid Beard McGee. He keeps making sexual innuendos at me.
Anyway, I'm gonna cut early and hang with my wife, Stupid Beard McGee. Well, if he left, good. Peace out, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. No, that's exactly what he should be doing. I've been learning to do that now. So I mean, when I get a chance to spend some time with the kids or the wife, I'm just kind of fucking gone all of a sudden. That's how it's been going down.
I have 6 guitars I have to make by Monday afternoon.
Of course, I'm not getting a lot of chances to spend with the wife. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry, that was me mumbling my thoughts.
But when you do, you make it count. My point being is, I have so many, like that. The reason why I went to go get the neck down in Maryland today is because it's insanely hard to find strings or anything for a guitar because they're all stuff closed.
So how many people did you touch today?
Just myself like 4 times. So that's not much. So by Monday, I finally found, just by circumstance, a guy near me who's got a music store that he's got 3 online stores, and I have like $3,000 worth of shit that I've been trying to sell, but I can't sell it because nobody wants to come and buy it because they think they're going to get sick buying a pedal. I don't know. I don't care. My point being is I got to have 6 guitars built.
It's how you advertise it. You say like sprayed with 15 layers of Lysol. Only handled in a cryogenic situation. Sorry, what do you say? That got weird.
That got weird.
There's a bit of delay there, but hey, listen, we have fun here, guys. So Niji, if you're new, just stay tuned because Frank and I, that's why you call it way off topic, because it's not stopping. There's no line here. It doesn't matter.
Might as well just rename it ADHD Radio.
I mean, honestly, I've thought about it. It would actually be, you know what? We could really corner a market. We could corner a goddamn market here, you know.
I'm out, dude. I'm honestly with you if you're with you next week.
You know what we do? You know what we do? We could start having like have like a 3-minute include a 3-minute like meditation session in every. Oh my God! I've got this app. My therapist gave me this app for my phone, and
dude, but that's radio, man. Like that's the great thing about radio is you want to listen to real people talk about real shit that you can fucking relate to. Period. And it'd be interesting whether you get their side of the story that you would never got anyway, or you can relate because you're dealing with the same shit. Either way, you want to relate to you know what I'm saying? That's a great thing about radio. I love
I mean, for me,
So-
it's just about laughing my ass off and talking about shit. That's what I like about.
And
That's what
having
I like
fun.
about this podcast because there's no direction.
Yeah.
I got enough direction on my own channel. You know, I start straying into
Yeah.
politics, and all of a sudden I have to pull myself back. I can stray into certain departments, and you have to pull yourself back because we're here to talk about science and flat Earth and stuff. And it's great. I love it. I love those fans. Are you kidding? They're amazing. But at the same time, it's nice to be able to just get on here and just kind of just talk shit. You know, and like I said, we haven't been pushing this channel at all in any sort of like meaningful way, which is why it's growing slowly. But that's fine. I'm actually happy with that. I think it gives us time to flesh out a format and all that kind of stuff, right?
Plus, you and I need to develop better chemistry, and that's not. And I'm not saying that's because you suck at it and I'm great at it. I'm not saying that. See, I didn't say that. I'm not going to say that you suck and I'm better than you. I would never say that.
Oh, sorry.
But I am a much better podcaster than you. But
I mean, I don't know. I'm on some pretty heavy speed style medications now. Might twist the turn. Turn that. Oh, I fucked that up hard.
Oranges, right? Oranges, right? Oranges.
Oranges?
Don't they taste oranges?
I love oranges. Who doesn't love oranges?
Dude, they taste like oranges. I love them.
I have a friend who can't handle the way the corpuscles pop in your mouth with oranges. He's like, I'm like, do you like them though? He's like, oh, I love them. He said, orange tastes great. Orange juice, he's like, fantastic. He said, but if I get one of those little fuckers in my mouth, like one of those little saccules, it's a feel thing for him. He said, just the feeling of them popping between his teeth or between his tongue or whatever, and like that exploding sac. It kills him apparently. Like he's just like, ah!
Missy's the same way, dude.
What?
Missy's the same
like
way.
So like grapefruits and all that shit.
Anything that has pulp. Or
I love. Oh my god! When you give me orange juice, I want it to literally be thick when it comes out of the nozzle. That's how much pulp. That's how much pulp I want in my orange juice. I want that shit to flow slow like it's slushy. That's how much pulp I want.
When I die, I want to come back as an orange.
I mean, if you get planted in the right area, you essentially will.
No, reincarnation. We all die in oranges. Didn't you know that?
I was being more practical. I was saying we could just spread your ashes on a farm and give some nice nitrogen to the soil.
I mean, I did tell Missy that when I die, please just burn me to a cliff and throw me up in the air. Where I land, I land.
So you know what's fucked up is that you can't. Oh, F-bomb. There it is. You know, it's still learning. I'm working on my problems, Frank. Come on. Okay, so what's interesting is that you are not allowed to spread ashes in the wild. I think a lot of people know that. Do you know that?
Yeah, but after you do it, what are you going to do? Go pick them up?
Well, here's the thing. If you have an urn that's empty, you'll literally get a fine.
Well, I mean, don't be stupid. Then you scoop up some dirt after you're done. I mean, nobody's.
That's what I'm saying is that how many urns are on mantles around the world that are full of freaking fireplace dust? Like they got ash in them from a fire. They sift it out with like a kitty litter thing and make sure it's nice and clean first, and then just like there we go, Grandpa's out of the fireplace. Like, and then they spread Grandpa on the lake he grew up on and stuff. It's just the most common thing. It's like a known fact. It's like, here's your ashes. Don't put them on your childhood lake. It's like, I won't.
My will say, I want you to spread my ashes over the top of Mount Rainier during the summer solstice with my favorite ladle.
Oh my God. It's just crazy. Because, I mean, I found out about that as a kid. It's like, why is the urn full of fireplace ashes? It's like, it's illegal to spread ashes because it's spreading human remains. I'm like, in what world? They are dust. Like, it's like, it doesn't matter. It's human remains. It's like, that is a hard stretch, boy. Like, there ain't nothing left of a human there. I mean, it is bone. What a lot of people realize, it's mostly bone dust. It's your bones.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all ground up.
It takes a shit ton of energy to burn them bones, son.
Well, actually, I've been in the back of a crematorium, and I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of your bones don't burn. Well, like they burn into dust and they sweep. Okay, so the thing opens, they reach in with the brush and they start sweeping like a metal bristle brush, and they start sweeping you out.
Oh God! And
then hold on, just to finish, they've got a little tray that mounts to the side of the thing, and it's like think of like a George Foreman drip pan. And so
Oh yeah,
they
love
sweep,
the George Foreman.
yeah, so they sweep you into this gigantic George Foreman drip pan along the edge, and it fills up. But here's the thing: there's chunks of vertebrae in there, pieces of hip bone that didn't burn, and then
Stop.
hold on,
Okay.
I got one more thing to finish. Can I? People need to know
Yeah.
this, Frank. They need to know.
I mean, you've ruined George Foreman burgers for me for the rest of my life. But go on.
You shouldn't be cooking them on a George Foreman, anyways. Get a barbecue, you simp. I can't.
I do have a barbecue, but I need to maintain this figure, and the
Okay.
George Foreman cuts the fat.
That's good. That's a good point. That's a good point. Barbecue burns the fat right off as it drops onto the flames, but it's fair enough. I would almost say that the barbecue probably does work better even.
But
and
I
gives
use
you that nice
tinfoil with
charbroil.
barbecue.
Oh,
I use
if you're doing
because I
chicken, you pretty much have to. But if you're doing a burger, you have violated that burger, so you might as well cook it on a frying pan.
no, because I like my burgers well done, and if I do it without the tinfoil, it just
Okay, so
basically-
here. We're gonna teach before I finish this bone thing, and then we're gonna go to this back to this chick we never got back to because of ADHD.
Hey, topic radio.
So here's what I'm gonna teach you, Frank. Try this next time. Okay, next time you're barbecuing, throw that frickin' tinfoil in the garbage first of all. Okay, if you're doing chicken, no, just try this, and that's fine. If it doesn't work for you, you do your tinfoil thing, and I love it. Everybody's got to develop their own style. Try this out. So if you're doing chicken, the tinfoil makes complete sense because I remember one time saying to a friend, like, I don't understand how you can even turn your back on chicken on the barbecue. You literally turn around, it lights on fire. And like you can't like leave the area to go get a spatula. You come back and the whole barbecue's like burning and stuff like that. Like it takes seconds. You're like, what the hell happened? I just left this. And everything's burnt and charcoaled. And anyways, okay. That, my friend, was like, he said, just put down a whole layer of tinfoil at the bottom, cook the chicken on the top rack, and all the fat drips down onto the tinfoil and then sizzles on the tinfoil. It doesn't come in contact with the flames, and thus it dries out and burns on the tinfoil instead of lighting on fire because the fat's so like ignition-y. So flammable. That's the word. Anyways, so try this out. Throw that tinfoil away. Cook your burgers. You have to be very mindful of how you're cooking them, Frank. We don't cook them on high all the time. Medium heat, okay? But
Took me years to teach you that, but yes, go ahead.
marinate them. Like, and I don't mean they have to marinate like for 20 minutes or something, but just like sauce them up in a nice, like bold original barbecue sauce, something you enjoy. Sauce them right up, get them covered. Throw them on the barbecue, cook them like that, and like every time you flip them, like, you know, you let them cook for a bit and then you flip it, right? Sauce up, take a little barbecue sauce, put it on top, sauce it up, little bit of seasoning salt, and then every time you flip it, just a little layer of sauce. You don't have to like keep lopping it on. You can thin it and thinner and thinner. But here's what's gonna happen, Frank. The saucing of your burger is going to keep it from burning on the outside, while still allowing it to continue to cook on the inside. But at the same time, this burger is going to start absorbing all of that bold original and getting it right into its juices. The seasoning salts you're putting on it, they continue to cook into the burger. Every time you flip it, they saturate in, and you know, and over the course of, you do a nice slow cook, 20 minutes. I mean, shit, depending on how thick the burger is, some of the burgers, they cook so slow like that, you almost have a hard time not pinking them in the inside. Because burgers in Canada, you're not even allowed to serve a burger in Canada that's not well done. Well, you can at home. You can do whatever you want at home, but at a restaurant you can't. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, just try that. Just try that out. And all I'm saying is, what happens is the marinade keeps the outside, because anytime you got liquid on something, it can't go above the boiling point. Like literally, the temperature of the meat that you're marinating cannot exceed the boiling point. But at the same time, it steams it, and the heat is still getting into the core and heating up the center of that burger, which takes the pink out. Well done's your burger. I'm telling you, man, you try it, you'll never go back. Megan, when she moved here, was like, he fucking barbecue sauces his burgers. And honestly, I converted her. I think, anyways. Maybe she's lying. It's possible. I don't mean it like that, like it's in a shitty way. I just mean like maybe I was wrong. Maybe she doesn't like the burgers as much as I thought.
My cousin puts butter in the middle before cooking.
Oh, that is another method. Absolutely. That does absolutely work. Like if you're making your own burgers, if you're like, see the one I'm talking about, you can do with any burger. Like you don't have to make your own burgers. You can just do it with like a burger patty frozen out of the thing. Same idea. Throw it on the barbecue. You marinate it. You flip it when it's cooking. You marinate it, seasoning salt. You just keep doing it. You keep doing it. You don't have to slop it on, but you want to make sure you're keeping it moist. If you flip it and it's starting to dry out on one side, moisten it again with a little bit more barbecue sauce. And you can do this with anything. You can do this with any meat on the barbecue, and it will do exactly the same thing. It reduces the speed at which it cooks on the outside while still allowing you to get that time in, so it cooks on the inside. And then you don't burn, because I mean, let's face it. I know what your problem was, Frank. You try to get it well done inside, and you burn the outside in the process.
Exactly.
Especially with a thick burger. Especially if you make like homemade, or if you buy like Costco burgers where they're freaking this thick, and all of a sudden they're charred on the outside just so you can get the inside cooked. No, try marinate it. And if you really want to go all out, overnight marinade is the best. You make the burgers. You put them. I'm
a Montreal seasoning guy myself.
I use Montreal seasoning after marinating them.
It's good stuff, isn't it?
Try this. Bold Original. Just Bullseye Bold Original barbecue sauce with Montreal steak spice seasoning. I'm serious. Give that a shot on your burgers. You'll love it.
Dry and wet all at the same time.
Oh, no, I'm telling you. And then because then the burger, and what I try to do, by the way, Frank, because I don't like my burger to be like sauced. Like, I don't want it to be like a sloppy burger when I put it on my bun. I want a dry burger still. So what you do is you start tapering off the barbecue sauce. Towards the end of the grill, you start tapering off the barbecue sauce, starts pulling it back. You want to keep it. You want to make sure you're moistening it a little bit, but maybe you're not adding fresh stuff. You're just kind of like painting it between burgers and stuff a little bit, just to kind of keep it moist. But you don't want to. So what you're doing at the end there is, and a lot of times I'll turn the temperature right up at the end, like crank it up. And you're there. You got a plate nearby, right? You're ready to go. And what you'll do then, you kind of caramelize the outside a little bit. Take those last few seconds to kind of like take that sweet barbecue sauce, because there's always sugars in barbecue sauce and stuff, and you like heat up the outside and you create that nice like charring, a little bit of charring just on the outside, that tiny little bit, so that oh my god, and then remove them from the direct heat, put them up top, put the cheese on them. Sorry,
almost like a good caramelizing.
That's exactly what I'm saying. You caramelizing the barbecue sauce. And by the way, this technique, I'll give you one more. Take a rack of ribs. Oh, and they can be cheap too. You can do like side rack, baby back, whatever you want. But like, the Costco racks, you get like side rack ribs from Costco, big freaking thing of like pork ribs.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're covered in fat. I mean, so the one thing you could do is sit down and like slice off all the layers of fat ahead of time. No, screw that. Take a gigantic pot, like a big old cook pot, like and slice. No,
where are you going with it? No,
just let me finish. You're not letting me finish, Frank. I'm telling you, it's the best ribs you'll ever eat in your entire life, and I'm not finished on the cook pot, bro. Cook pot stage one. Cook pot stage one, bud. This is an all-day process I'm about to explain to you. It's not an all-day memory thing. It's an easy process.
A big pot of just fat, and you're boiling it.
Listen. So this is what you do. So you fill up the big old pot. Lots of hot water. Take a little bit of milk, pour it in the water. You put a little milk. Just trust me. Milk. Okay, so here's milk. When you mix milk into water and you cook things, especially like wild games and stuff, it takes some of the gaminess out of things. It actually kind of it softens the meat, and it kind of supples it, and it actually removes some of those flavors that sometimes certain meats can have, especially wild game. You get a spruce hen, it tastes like you're eating a fucking spruce tree. So like it's not pleasant unless you do things like where you like soak it in creamy water all night or something, and a lot of that red comes right out of the meat. So just hear me out. Take a little bit of milk, pour it in the water. You don't want to use a ton of milk because you're using a lot of water. So you just add a little bit, kind of clouds up the water a bit. Seasonings. Throw in salt, pepper, a little bit of barbecue sauce. Like again, you don't want to waste too much product, but you want to like you're seasoning the water essentially. You want to season up the water. Okay, so now you throw the rack of rib in there. You let it boil and I shit you not, 3-4 hours even. Just let it boil. Make sure it doesn't boil over. Keep the water topped up. Keep it at a constant boil. It doesn't have to be rapid boil, but keep it at a nice constant where it's bubbling. Not like bubbling, you know what I mean? Yeah, like exactly. Like the water's moving, it's boiling, but it's not like rolling or nothing. And then you do that for like 3 hours. And what happens is and you're right. You were right, Frank. All of that fat comes off that meat. And all you're left with is a rack of pure meat with none of that gristly fat left on it. Okay, so now you pull this rack out of the pot, and if you had to cut the rack into a few slices, you're gonna have to do that to barbecue it a lot of times, anyways. But here's the key: When that rack comes out, A, it has no fat on it. B, it's so tender that you could almost push the pieces of bone out like Jenga pieces.
Yeah.
So now you take this big beautiful rack or slices of rack, you pile them up on a pan, and while they're nice and hot, Montreal steak spice, barbecue sauce, you massage it all, take your hands and literally cover them up, coat them up and everything, get them so that they're just covered in it. Leave them on the pan, cover them up, throw them in the refrigerator overnight. If you don't have to do overnight. If you only got a few hours, you could do it same day, but overnight is the best. Throw it in the refrigerator overnight. As the meat cools, it absorbs a lot of the barbecue sauces, retract as the meat like pulls in the juices and stuff. It pulls a lot of that barbecue sauce and stuff right into the meats and really flavors it. So now day 2, go out there, throw it on the barbecue. You get the barbecue fired up, throw the rack of rib down. Now I'm done with this. Just listen, Frank. Throw the rack of rib down. Turn that heat way the frick up. And you can, by the way, everybody, you can do these ribs now right before dinner. You can literally get everything ready. Your Frank, you listening, buddy?
Yeah.
He doesn't look like it. He looks, he's lost in his world.
No,
anyway,
I'm watching on stream in the chat.
Okay.
And all
But
that.
yeah, so no, you get everything else ready. You can literally prepare this 15 minutes now. The meat can be ready like in 15 minutes, like 10 minutes. It's the time to heat it essentially. So what you do is you get the barbecue just rip roaring. You take this rack of rib, you throw her down. You take like a sweet, because you've already marinated it in like a Bold Original or something like that again, right? So now you take something sweet like a honey garlic and you paint it with a honey garlic sauce. Like a nice like VH, like a loose one. You don't want something thick and creamy. We're not going for like an actual like barbecue coating. We're going for almost like a glaze.
A Chinese rib, dude. Oh.
But yeah, so you get what I'm saying though? So you throw it on the rib, now you throw it on the barbecue, it's cooking away, it's searing away, you glaze it with honey garlic, and then you just let it caramelize. All you're doing is heating it really hot. You're essentially just heating the meat up and caramelizing the outside with that honey garlic on it. It's done. That's it. So all you have to do is boil the meat, which then makes it tender, pulls the fat away. The next thing you have to do is just cook it on the barbecue. It's already cooked. It's been cooked for 3 hours. It's already been cooked. All you're doing is heating it up and caramelizing. It takes 10 minutes. Boom. Ribs that are just beautiful. Nice little. Oh, I'm telling you, you go along and you can push the bones out of them and stuff, and you can take the shittiest, cheapest side rib ever and do that to it, and it will always like to the point where you're picking it up on the barbecue and it's like ripping in half because you're like, oh my god, the bones are falling out. Like it's so tender, it's wonderful. Everybody out there, try that. You'll never want, you'll never go back. My dad and I were like having competitions on ribs, and he does mine now.
We definitely need to go back to the Twitch check.
We're gonna right now. Okay, so before we get distracted, boom, Twitch check.
Some excellent 300 IQ comments from the Peanut Gallery. This conversation sucks. This is weird. Yikes.
Yikes.
These are exquisite contributions to a very good conversation. And these people in chat who are making these comments do not appear as immature, childish cheapskates whatsoever. They're just sitting here masturbating as hard as they possibly can, as quietly as they can, because their parents are in the next room talking about how disappointed they are in them. And they're like, why would I ever pay for this when this slut's giving it away for free? You're right, buddy. You're right.
She was right.
Now hold on. In her defense, I'm quietly masturbating because my wife's in the other room being disappointed in me. It's a completely different situation than what she's talking about.
and she was a slut.
I don't want to use that word because that's how you're gonna get this channel completely blocked. Just saying.
I was just repeating and agreeing what she said.
No. It doesn't matter. The fact that she said it is enough to get it restricted. See, Frank, I'm gonna teach you a little lesson. The way YouTube works is when YouTube AI detects naughty words, it decides that you're not worth showing to people.
Yeah, it's Big Brother. It's fine.
You can feel that way if you want, but it's a private platform and they are doing what they do to make money. So all I'm saying is, like it or leave it, you either work within the confines of that knowing that you can grow better and be a bigger potential channel trying not to use certain words, or you can use them and YouTube will stuff you in a corner the way they do. So, I mean, I'm just saying, it's same as on my channel. You know, I've been trying to cut out my F-bombs, and I'll tell you right now, the second I started removing every single F word, and I just don't use them in my YouTube, like, videos anymore, I'm sure they come out my streams just fine. But now that I don't use them in my videos have a way higher likelihood of going green than they ever used to. And I think all it took was 1 or 2 F-bombs, and that was, like, it. The AI was like...
Well, the thing about people who pay to have their business advertised, they don't want to be associated with that kind of stuff.
I know, but it's even things like strong profanity within the first minute of the video. So, like, for instance, what I'm getting at is an F-bomb means more to the AI in the first 60 seconds of the video than it means 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 minutes into the video. So, like, there's even, like, when you use it matters. Because, for instance, what happens is they did a study, and this is where they're coming from. They don't tell us this, but I know because I know that they did a study. They did a study, and it was asking people, like, it was after the adpocalypse the first time, and they were asking people, like, you know, like, do you strongly or strongly associate or strongly, like, do you agree or disagree kind of questions? Like, the advertising playing at the beginning of a video represents represents their what is it was like it was like things like it represents basically their endorsement of the content of the following video. It was like essentially like if you see a Dove ad, does that mean that Dove wants you to kill all the babies? Like that comes in the next video. You know what I mean? Like, like for instance, like if you see anything, a McDonald's ad, does that mean that McDonald's to you, the viewer, does that mean that McDonald's endorses the content that follows the ad? And apparently, most of the people that answered said yes, which I remember Philip DeFranco when that came out saying, he went, apparently nobody knows how the goddamn internet even works. Like, because that's just not how advertising works.
That question also was phrased in a very peculiar way.
Well, they had other questions, but in general, it was what it was is YouTube, it was Google trying to suss out what does it actually mean to the viewer when they see ad and then video content? Do they associate ad with video content? And the bottom line is at the end of their study, the people apparently that watch YouTube, because it is the second most visited website in the world, but apparently most of the people that visit YouTube don't know how ads are handed out on the internet, have no functioning idea of how advertising would even work. And they literally think that if you have a McDonald's ad before your garbage, you know, Russian vids rant about transvestites or who knows, right? That means that McDonald's endorses anti-transvestite videos that have no quality content to them and everything. Like, it's scary that frightens me, not as a creator, just as a human being, that people are that stupid.
No, they're that much of a snowflake.
No, it wasn't a snowflake thing. It was about their understanding. Like it was questions that were geared towards, do people understand how, like, do they understand?
Okay, I get you.
Like, if you see a Dove ad, does that mean that Dove wants to say that Columbine didn't happen? Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the kind of crap. Like, so then once they found out that apparently 60-something% of YouTube viewers are too stupid. No, I don't think it's any of you out there watching, by the way. And I mean that because I think we've got smarter viewers than that. But apparently 60-something% of the people that were responded, they essentially strongly associated whatever ad started before a video with the content that then proceeded to be viewed after said ad. So then as soon as everybody found out this, McDonald's and, I mean, you name it, the Pepsi, Coke, everybody, every single company in the world was like, well, we don't want our ads playing on garbage then, because everybody seems to think that apparently that means that McDonald's wants, you know, doesn't believe in 9/11 because it was before a Russian vids video, like, you know, video, you know, that dumbass, you know, and so all of a sudden it becomes it becomes a situation where they all of a sudden had to strip. So, like, everybody gets mad at YouTube, and this is the thing, like, I get it, like, especially creators. I wasn't here for that. Apparently, you could make, like, a creator like me with 30-something hundred subs, I was making great money. Like, I'd be making quadruple what I'm making right now. And it was like the times were good. I could make quadruple what I'm making right now and still not be times are good because I don't make a ton on YouTube, but you get what I mean. But I guess they made a lot more money, and the adpocalypse, this new demonetization system smoked a lot of people, where all of a sudden you couldn't make a lot of money. And then even if you were making money, like let's say let's say you stay monetized, so your video is green and it doesn't get demonetized. Well, then you end up with this situation where the AI leaves you green, so you're monetized, but then it doesn't show you to people. So okay, so am I green or am I not green? Okay, so you said I'm green and I can make ad money, but then your AI decided not to show me to anybody. It stuffed me in a corner. So like at that point, you're kind of pissing on my face and telling me it's raining. Like, where's this water coming from? I have no idea. Like it's kind of not being honest at that point. And I get that they have to be careful what they tell us, and they've done this to try to kind of like, they've done it for things like flat Earth, so they can almost like tell the flat earthers that they're monetized and you're okay, but then kind of still take their content and go and stick it in a corner because it's garbage. And yeah, and let's face it, they have a right to do this because it's their platform. I mean, that's the thing, you can't blame them for that. And it was a money thing. Go ahead, sorry.
I was just gonna say, but on the other thing, you can't have it.
I talk too much anyways. You go ahead. I mean it when I say other things.
What I'm saying is like, yeah, I mean, I don't think YouTube should be as objective as they are, personally, you know. And if one person's monetized because they're actually using other people's content that is demonetized because their content, but they stay monetized, that's screwy, but whatever.
But that's only because of population. I mean, there's so many channels. I mean, look at Russian Vids. He got multiple channels smoked, and he's already opened 3 more channels. And like, you know, and people have reported the new channels, but they have to somebody has to go in and look at it and then cross-reference the channels and then determine that okay, this is the same person. I mean, you know, they've got different email addresses they use and stuff. So, I mean, it's almost like a little investigation. So what happens is until Russian Vids posts stuff, he'll post his old videos and things that were demonetized and removed, and he'll get away with it. And other people can repost his stuff and he'll love it. Oh, yeah, repost the truth. Do it, guys. If you got downloads of my old videos, put them up, you know. And what happens is the little channels that are reposting, you know, they get a couple hundred viewers or subscribers. I mean, none of them really get huge. And if they get huge, they become one of the channels that gets smoked eventually because they say something really egregious. Like, I don't know what Russian Vids said, but apparently he got destroyed from Twitter. He got both of his YouTube channels got smoked. And I don't mean like demonetized. Like Nathan Thompson got fully demonetized. He got an email saying that your channel is not within terms of service for our, what is it, the partner program. And well, you can be so you can be within the terms of service for YouTube, but not within the terms of service for the partner program.
Or how about just a decent human being?
Yeah, there's all kinds of those things, but that's what I'm saying. Like you can be like the partner program is a separate thing. Like you can have a YouTube channel and follow certain rules, but the partner program actually has a whole set of additional rules that we need to follow to be partners. Like for me to remain monetized, I have other criteria that I need to maintain. You know, there's the 4,000 viewing hours per year, which I've seen bigger YouTubers than me bitching about back when they started that. And I'm like, I get 4,000 viewing hours in a month and a half, which is because of the awesome fans out there on Brainy Beaver. But what it is, there's other criteria. Like, for instance, if I start reposting content constantly, like even mirrors of other channels all the time, like even if I wasn't like breaking copyright rules and stuff like that, eventually they could literally pull my monetization, because guess what? One of the rules is that you don't repost old content. Like,
what do you mean repost old content exactly?
Like with no modification. You take old content, whether it be from somebody else's channel, your channel, doesn't matter. You take old content and you repost it. That is a reposting of the same identical content. You are not actually allowed to do that on YouTube.
So you're not saying fair use. You're saying just basically uploading someone else's.
A mirror is actually against the rules in the partner program.
Okay.
mirroring a video of somebody else's, taking like, hey, fight, do you mind if I mirror this on my channel? And he's like, give her. And you take the video and you put it on your channel too, which we've all done at the beginning. But if you actually look at the rules in the partner program, that is against the rules in the partner program. Now, what do the flat earthers do the most of? Mirroring videos, constantly mirroring. They don't edit it because they don't know how to edit. They don't add any commentary because their commentary is stupid. I mean, they add a little bit sometimes.
Already edited. It's already edited.
Exactly. Hey guys, hey 100,000 subscribers, check out this video I found, and then video. So all they do constantly is put mirrored content up. And so they're already breaking the rules in part of the partner program right there. So they break one immediately. Now here's the other thing. When a lot of people are going to get monetized, okay, and they're waiting for months and months and months, and you get these people that are like in the thing for Creator Academy, and they're like, I've been waiting for 5 months for monetization. Nobody's gotten around to review my channel. They've said repeatedly in Creator Academy, they've said literally that if you have waited for months and months and months for like a review or to get approved, he said, chances are there's a reason that you have not been approved. And he said, and they've said multiple times that you need to maybe go look at your content and see if maybe there's a reason. Because like, it's great that you meet all the, technical criteria of being monetized. But what happens is when so once you hit the 4,000 viewing hours in a year, and you've got the minimum 1,000 subscribers and you hit all these benchmarks you need to hit to become a valid for the partner program, right?
It took Cukester over 113,000 subscribers before he finally got the the okay monetized.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, so
I got it in a month and a half or 2 months. Like, it was crazy. Like, we were past 1,000. Like, it's crazy to get like the viewing hours we get out of our channels is insane compared to, like, I can hold more people than a channel with 100,000 viewers, in a live stream, which is crazy. I don't even know how that's possible. But so our viewers in our community are absolutely incredible people. But where was I? Because don't take me off track of my ADHD. I want to finish this content or this comment. What?
Twitch girl. Twitch.
No,
Twitch
we
girl.
did the Twitch girl. What were we just talking about, dickhead?
Oh my bad. Well, dude, you're talking to an ADHD guy too, so I fucking.
Well, but now I have to look at my own stream.
Chat, tell us what the hell were we talking about?
No, I have to go back now. Hold on. For 2 months, like it.
What do you mean repost old content exactly?
Like you put reposting old content. Okay, so the thing is, what I'm getting at.
I sound so much better than I've ever sounded.
Oh yeah, you do sound sexy. So all I was getting at is, okay, so you got that. So they repost content, but then so you got all these criteria to jump through. But here's what happens. So once you meet these benchmarks, 4,000 viewing hours, 1,000 subscribers, whatever, right? you like hit a box, like a little window, you click it, and you like apply for the partner program. Well, here's the thing. There isn't an AI that deals with that. This is now where you are waiting for, so those people that have waited for 4 or 5 months, I've been waiting forever to be reviewed. What happens is you're sitting in a pool of applications. And what happens is a human being sits down at a computer, logs into their account, however that part works, and Frank, they go to your channel and they look at your content. They go through everything. They go through videos, all the videos you have. Hey, get this. Guess what a lot of people don't realize? If you have a lot of copyright claimed videos, even if it's like, oh, it doesn't matter, I let them claim it, I didn't dispute it and stuff. If you have a whole bunch of copyright claimed videos in your back catalog, that'll stop you from getting monetized. Because what they're afraid of is that you don't seem to understand the difference between like copyright material and not copyright material. And so what they're afraid of is if they give you, because remember, they're slightly responsible for you, even if they're not totally. I mean, their system has to deal with you. So if you just start uploading all this copyright content all the time, they have to deal with this through their AI and their subsystems and everything. And really, they got enough people putting copyright content on there. They don't need it. So that's the thing. A human being sits down and goes over your stuff. So all of these different things can get you demonetized.
Right on. I just want to there was funny because Cukester was talking about this in the beginning of one of his videos, and he was going on. He went on a little rant about it. It was pretty funny. I thought it was funny. If I could find it quickly, I would, but I don't think I can find it that quickly. It's in the middle. It's in the beginning of one of his videos. Plus, I don't remember how to share a screen through this one.
You just hit present now, and it's not a sexual comment. Present now. I mean, it could be if you want it to be, baby.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, that's the wrong button. I don't want to open my NVIDIA experience. No. God damn.
Where is present now anyway? Left bottom. Do I have this full screen? I think I do. Nope. Whoops.
The reason I'm eating chips on stream is because I don't care about much right now in my life.
Welcome to my world. So, yeah, dude, caring, it just takes too much goddamn energy.
I mean,
anyway,
the medications help me detach from my thoughts more than ever. But the problem is I'm always just overthinking everything still anyways. So it's just, of course, it's great when people say like, you just have to let it go. It's like,
it's so simple.
Awesome. Thanks for the suggestion. I just didn't know the whole time. It was just that I just had to let it go. You know, it's like telling a depressed person, like, just be happy. It's like, oh, okay, just get happy.
Yeah, because the happiest people, we all know what happens to them.
I mean, the good news is I don't feel any sort of suicidal tendencies, and I have lots of guns. So I was told if I get those feelings, I'm to talk to somebody immediately because of the medication I have right now. But there's none of that going on. I can tell you that much.
Dude, they put me on, like, the first medication they ever put me on made me so suicidal. It was insane. Like, I had to dump the pills into the toilet, and I went through 4 days of withdrawal after just taking them for 2 days.
Hold on. I got a clip of you. Hold on, okay, this is gonna be amazing. Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, just I'm making jokes right now. Give me a break for a second here. It's gonna be funny.
I still can't find percent now. Anyway,
I wonder if it has this. Oh my god! I wonder if it has that clip. It's like.
What are you replaying something I just did, or?
No, I'm just trying to find something like to be like, this is you, jokingly. Give yourself a break. Don't worry, you'll find out. I promise. It's gonna be okay, buddy.
Alrighty, right. I wish I could find the present one.
Are you sure?
Hold on, let me find it.
Punch it through a guy's throat, so I'm...
What?
That is very loud.
What, really? Huh.
Yeah, that was
it only went up to yellow here. I don't know why you're being such a pussy. I'm just kidding.
I figure if it was piercing for me, I'm sure it was for everyone else.
I don't think
we need your help. Greg, who are we killing? I want 2 kids.
I don't think I redlined or anything. How'd that sound?
That was better. A little bit lower maybe would be too fun, but you're fine.
What?
It's
lower too? I think you got to turn the. I don't know. Maybe this is. No, I've got my headphones up.
So yeah, so.
You and your cocaine. Your cocaine habits are terrible.
Oh fucking gay.
Actually, it's funny. I'm looking up Pimento taking cocaine. I know he said that. Do you watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine at all? Sorry, I got like a frog at the back of my throat or my lungs.
No, I just don't know what it is, buddy. I'm sorry.
You don't know what Brooklyn Nine-Nine is? What have you been living on?
I don't even know anymore. Living off of caffeine and pure willpower.
Where is it?
Anyways.
Okay. Is this the one?
It just doesn't make any sense. I mean...
I don't know, is it?
Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Did we lose everybody yet? Yep, 3 people. So here I found you. I found you right here. Okay, everybody. I found Frank. Just so everybody knows. Okay. Here.
Immediately on health. I mean, you love The Dark Knight, you love Inception, and you haven't even seen Memento?
Jake, I don't know what to tell you. I spend a lot of time in jungles. You know, they don't exactly get movies like that. It's usually big blockbusters like Finding Dory.
486 million domestic.
When you factor in international, 1.2 billion.
Look, Adrian, we don't have a ton to go off on here. What else has been going on in your life?
Normal stuff. Ooh, I got hired as a PI by the Countess Luann from Real Housewives. Ended up sleeping with her in a tiny hotel jacuzzi.
Yeah, right here.
And also microwaved a watermelon. Boring. It's some redheaded lady wants me to hack her husband's phone to see if he's cheating with a spin instructor named Kendra.
Seems a little specific that they would all be like.
Okay, you ready? This is Frank. You said you had to dump the pills and stuff. Okay, here you come.
Okay.
Where's that coming from?
Oh my God, there's a bomb in my chest. What? They put a bomb in my chest. What do we do? Wait a second. The sound's coming from my little watch.
You just assumed there was a bomb inside you?
It says take pill, right jacket, pup. I've never seen these before in my life.
This was filled 3 days ago. This doctor must be treating you for your
Finding Dory.
Anyways, and then like look at here, one more little spot right here because it just made me think of this. We watched this the other night. Right here.
Not true.
What? Really? Okay. Well, then this is on me.
Look, this morning, Pimento was screaming about someone trying to kill him. Has he said anything like that to you?
He has, but I've seen him every day for weeks and I haven't noticed any new injuries. But the medication he's on may be making him paranoid.
really? Because he doesn't.
Ah! There's a bomb in my chest! Ah!
Right, he does keep doing that.
I can't believe you've not seen that show.
No, I haven't, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he does keep doing that. That's right.
I've honestly been really considering going YouTube TV because they have Sportsnet here for Philly, and that's really the only reason I've kept Comcast to begin with, so we can get the Flyers games. Not that they're on or anything, but I'm really considering on changing, man, and going to, just keeping the internet on. That's it. You know?
I mean, that's where all I have to do is Netflix, Crave TV, Disney, and I basically have everything I need at that point. And I've got Prime. I've got Prime TV through Prime, so I mean, at that point, you get Showtime, you got HBO, you got all the Disney shit. You got YouTube's pumped full of other cartoons and stuff for kids. It's got all this stuff going on, and just
Yeah.
And then the only problem I'm having now is they split so many shows up, and like this company's buying them and this company's buying that one, and they're stuffing this over here, and Disney's taking all their movies back over here, that like we're just slowly building a cable package again. Like now we pay $10 a month for Disney, and now we pay $10 a month for Netflix, and then I need HBO and Showtime, so I gotta pay $10 a month for Crave. It's the next thing we're back to spending $100 a month for all these different damn services, and it's like, congratulations, you reinvented the cable package back into another cable package.
Of course, because they were losing money doing it the other way.
Well, and the thing is see, the model that ended up doing good for Netflix and is still now, Netflix has improved as a company. They make a lot of their own content now, so they're really kicking ass. But the thing that worked for Netflix is
Netflix is the ones who started the whole streaming thing.
Well, they are, but
They were the ones. Yeah.
but
I
here, okay, so here's the model for Netflix, in my opinion, or any of these streaming services where you get movies for really like all these different rotating movies in and out and stuff, is that they basically get the movies at a slight discount because the people that watch them on the streaming service are likely not going to rush to the store to buy them anyways. But now, if they watch the movie, especially children's movies, because kids are freaks, if they watch, no, wait until you have one. It'll be because they're like, when it comes to a movie, like they like have to see that movie now. Like it's so they're like monsters when it comes to like seeing their favorite movie and stuff. So next thing you know, what happens is you show them Megamind because it comes on Netflix, and next thing you know, like they're asking for Megamind all the time. Well, then one day you go to play the Megamind, and guess what? Megamind isn't on Netflix anymore. So then what do? Oh, sweetie, don't worry. I'll get Megamind. We'll download it. You pay for it on what do you download on Google Movies, or fucking you buy it at the store in a DVD, but whatever. Either way, you go out of your way and you spend the $4 or $5 or $6 or $7 or whatever it costs, or 10, 20, and you buy the movie. And that's where they're making their money, is they're essentially advertising movies to you that you could potentially buy. Now, adult movies I still don't see that being typically what happens, because let's face it, adults don't have the same kind of problem where they watch a movie and they want to see it 50,000 times afterwards. So that business model kind of starts to fall apart. Like with kids movies, it makes complete sense to me. But where it starts to fall apart is like adult movies and then TV shows. It makes no sense to me. Like on Netflix, we can watch the entire new season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, that show. And it's a high budget show. They're in season like 7 or 8 or whatever they're in. And we can watch, it's a mainstream TV show that would be on on one of the channels, and we can tune in to Netflix. They got the whole season all at once. You get, okay, we got it a few months late, whoopty shit. But that's where I don't understand the business model, because to me, how do you make money off that? Is there even a way to actually make money off of that? Because we're never going to rush out and buy the box set. Like, oh my God, you'd have to really love a show to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on box sets.
You're thinking too small, dude. Like the massive amount of subscriptions that they have a year or just a month is insane.
Well, it is, but at the same time, you got to remember is that these same companies, though, they get to choose where they put their content, Frank. So in one place, they're getting endless ads played out where companies are fighting for their show to be on this network or that network, and we'll pay you this much to have your show on this network. And then you've got these streaming services where I can tune in and watch it as many times as I want. I can have 5 different phones on the same fucking account. Like, you see what I mean? Like, it really doesn't make sense that they'd even have some of these TV shows with such high budgets. Like, okay, the ones that Netflix makes themselves, sure, because they're taking the subscription money and building TV shows out of it and movies. That makes complete sense. But what doesn't make sense is like all of a sudden this company that has their show on HBO is suddenly on Netflix. Because HBO is a premium cable service. Well, I guess Netflix is kind of at that point too. But you know what I'm saying. Anyways, there are certain points where that kind of business model seems to kind of like fall apart, it seems. And I just don't know how they can make that. And you're right, though. You're right. They've got what, hundreds of millions of subscribers or something like that, or 100 million subscribers at $15 a piece.
Exactly, man. Like just say on an average $15. I mean, that pays for a lot, and then it's recurring. You know what I mean? You just need to make the show once, and it's recurring. Like Dark is great, dude. It's got great special effects to it. The writing is just off the charts amazing.
But some of the things you get on Netflix are crazy. Like for instance, Disney. Okay, so Disney bought Star Wars, right?
Yes, I know.
You sound sad. Lucasfilms, or whoever owned it before Disney bought it, had already made a deal with Netflix Canada about the release of the newer movie that was coming out. I can't remember exactly what the details were, but somebody fucked up somewhere in the contracting. And I mean it. Somebody fucked up in the contracting. We had Star Wars in Canada on Netflix within like 3 or 4 months of it being in theaters. The newer one that came, it was, I don't know. I'm not Star Wars, so it was a few years back. But like we had it. It wasn't even out on it wasn't out like America didn't have it. Britain didn't have it. Nobody had it. Somebody fucked up in the wording or something like that in the contract, and essentially once Netflix got the contract, they were like signed because it was like. And then it was like, I guess when Disney went Netflix is like, yeah. So we get it in 3 or 4 months or whatever. This blockbuster, movie that Disney wants to make all their money on it. And Disney was like, no, you don't. And they're like,
the hell I do.
It was like, it's like. It was like that. It was, and so literally Canadians, that were Star Wars fans were tuning into a movie that was barely out of theaters in America, and we were watching on Netflix, and it was just, and that's an example of a fuck up a little bit. But anyways, there was, but there's still other things that you get where, and the weirdest things used to happen too. When you used to be able to just easily switch your Xbox between American and Canadian Netflix by just changing an IP address in it. What was interesting about it is, get this, it's not that easy anymore. You have to proxy it, and it's a lot more difficult. It used to be just change an IP address, like the link, I think the server address. You just go in the background settings and change like a 1, so a 0 to a 1, and it would connect to the American server, and that's all it took. As soon as your Xbox connected to the American server through the Canadian, it didn't matter if it was on Canadian wire, Canadian internet halfway there, it would just say, hey, I'm on an American server, and so when you would turn on Netflix app, it would go American server, and it would just load up American Netflix. It was easy. You just change a number in the IP address, and it was done. And then they eventually patched that so it doesn't work like that anymore. And now what it does is it checks your local IP address in your local network location, and that's what Netflix and all that use as your location, because it is breaking the law being able to access, because there's restrictions on content and all kinds of different things. But well, we don't have a lot of restrictions on content. I'm just saying there's rules between countries, right? But anyways, they but all I was getting at is, okay, so something weird. Sorry.
Right.
Go ahead.
If you're in the EU, right?
Well, yeah, they have some more restrictions on content. We're a little bit more like you when it comes to our content. It's pretty free. But they okay, so here's a big difference. I could watch Beverly Hills Cop 2 on the Canadian Netflix, and if I switched that number, but they didn't have Beverly Hills Cop 1. But if you want to watch Beverly Hills Cop 1, you could switch to the American Netflix and watch Beverly Hills Cop 1. But guess what? The American Netflix didn't have Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Which one's the one where they go to Wonderland or?
That's number 3. I fucking, my wife always brings it up, and I'm like, I didn't even know they did a 3.
It was amazing, dude. It was the best one. Probably not, but I loved it.
I was just about to say I don't think so. Just so you know, like I actually like that series, and I don't know. Number 3 is pretty shitty. But
anyway,
that's funny. It just makes me think of Towley. You remember Towley? You ever watch South Park?
Don't forget to bring a towel.
But do you remember him typing the keypad? Towley typing the keypad?
Dude, I really wish I've watched more South Park. There's a lot more than that there's a lot more South Park I haven't seen.
Okay, hold on.
But Tally is one of my favorite players.
Okay, hold on. Here comes Tally. Here comes Tally.
I know. Just let me get high. I know I can remember if I get high. Oh, God damn it. All right, fine. Here's your stupid lighter. Hold on.
Watch.
I remember this.
That's it. That's it? Yeah, that's the melody of Funky Town. Won't you take me down? No, tally the entry code. For what?
Tally. I love Tally so much. Oh, wrong one.
Everybody's gonna need a towel.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But then you can extend that out with Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where they like definitely always have to have a towel. He's like, don't forget your towel. It's like, what? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is such a fun movie.
Oh, good God. Right on, man. Well, I've been mentioning Qxir past show or two. QXIR. He came on, and he said, because I asked him, I'm like, when I go out, because he's got this playlist called Tales from the Bottle, I think it's called.
Okay. Yeah.
He's a really funny dude, animated and all that. And so basically, let's see here. It is, so I mean, I'm ready to wrap this up if you are, buddy.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I think we're at an hour and a half on YouTube. I think you're even longer than that on the actual podcast side of things too. So, no, it's all good.
Yeah.
I think it was a lot of fun. It's good to
dude.
get me out of my shell right now. You just keep me distracted. Okay. You know how it goes.
And we're gonna keep the laughs going. Now, of course, I'm gonna look, I have permission from Qxir, because he was on and everything. Came on. He's over in Ireland, so he was on. It was like a 1 o'clock thing, and it was like a last minute thing. So, but it was like 2 weeks ago. I still haven't posted it because I need to mix it. But whatever, I'm talking too much. However, I asked him if I could play like a Tales from the Bottle, one of his videos as we go out, because I think it'd be a fun ending, as long as like what we're doing is like in that kind of a vein, and I think it is. So just because I played one I think last week because my new host from LIW, the Twilight Zone review, Adam, Raiders of the Lost Flick, he was on with me, and also you can go to reddragonsradio.com and Way Off Topic Radio. Just drop the A. And Scott, you want to do the plugs real quick while I find this thing?
Brainy Beaver on YouTube, where I am currently trying to get my head in the game of making another video. I actually do think I have a target. Oh, actually, I will ask you this, Frank, real quick before I continue my plug. So, what do you think of this? Okay, so I've got memberships that I have not activated. I need to get them activated at some point here, and I was thinking for my next video, maybe if I get memberships all set up and activated for my next video, I could have this point where I'm surrounded by stuffed animals and I have this beautiful draped set around me, and I give my subscribers shit for not being members.
and you have to be extremely sexy.
Well, I'll get some, like, I don't know, I'll have to try and pull some pull some leg socks up and
donut boxers with donuts on them.
Oh, I do have the donut boxers. Oh my god, I'll wear the sprinkle boxers, the donut sprinkle boxers. And I'll just sit there and I'll strut out and I'll be like, listen, if you don't have $5 to become a member, then what the hell? You should be out working. Why are you watching YouTube? Yeah, I'm a freak. What do you do? So, hey, listen, if you haven't seen my Brainy Beaver channel, then you're in for a treat. Because I definitely, the last video, I don't know if you saw it, Frank, but you did. That's right, you did. There was a toilet paper drug deal with CC. There was, he hits me with his car. I ride the back window. I've been using my green screen a lot. What can I say? The press conference at the end with the seats with all the toilet paper and stuff.
Right quick, do you have CC's number?
Oh, no, you're thinking of, what's his name? Oh, we're not going to try to call him right now.
Yes, we are, Mark Sargent.
No. We'll try to call him next time because it's even in his time, it's getting late now. So, no, we got, no. Because I want to actually talk to this guy when I get him, and otherwise he's just going to fucking ignore us. So, and come on, you're just going to piss. And by the way, if we do get him at something, if we do it, you have to be respectful. He's actually, listen, he's probably not even actually a flat earther. I think that his paycheck requires him to, and not like a shill wise, like he's aware. I think that his money comes, I'll let you go, Frankie. I'm sure that his money comes from him doing the advertising on TV, the commercials, and that's why he does it. Like, they're making fun of Flat Earth, and he's all on board because his excuse is that it's all good publicity, but I think it's all money. Anyways, so, but to finish the plugs, go ahead. If you want to say something, then I'm plugging.
No, I was just going to say, yeah, you don't have to worry about that, man, because, I mean, no matter what people think, I still respect them as people.
Oh, no, I know what you mean. Well, I mean, hold on. Let's not go too far here.
Well, I mean, unless we're talking about Jaren, then no.
There's a lot of flat earthers. I follow I got like 300 channels I subscribe to, and I don't respect most of them because most of them are the wrong people. Because of why I subscribe to them, just because I need to know what they're up to, so I get content to make fun of. But there are, you got, the creators are all mixed in there too, which obviously I have respect for. But no, there's some people, and there's a lot of shit in there in my pile of subscriptions. This was probably why I don't get a lot of notifications. YouTube's like, half of this is garbage. I don't even want to tell them about it. anyways, Brainy Beaver on YouTube. If you haven't seen my channel, you're in for a bit of a treat. Ow, that was my thumbnail. And it will be a lot of fun because there's a green screen involved, and we just kind of, my next video is going to be a little bit more science-y because it's going to involve, well, not really, but it's just going to involve some moon landing stuff, and, so it'll be a little bit more technicalness to it, maybe, which does seem to do well. But in general, I've been kind of just taking the piss out of Flat Earth. So if you want to just laugh and kind of point and laugh at some Flat Earth stupid, then that's kind of what I've been up to a little bit more lately. The live streams is the same thing. We're just kind of live debunk some things and just talk shit, right? Sorry?
Yeah, it's like to poke them with a stick, If they're going to put themselves out there like that, then you're just kind of, it comes with the territory, I think.
Yeah, it's the new thing. It's the new thing. And if you haven't noticed, Team Skeptic, Fight the Flat Earth, they kind of, they debate them to a degree. But really, the whole time, they kind of just fucking poke them the whole time, like just tease them almost, which is Because like even they've gotten to the point where it's like they've got nothing new. We're all talking about the same things over and over again. It just became so redundant. It was like finally you were just like, you know what, just picked up a stick and started just jabbing them through the cages. And then they go, oh, try to debunk me, and you're like, I'm just gonna keep poking you, like, you know, you're just like, because it's just more fun watching you get angry at the stick, you know. Like,
it's like you're literally asking for it, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
you should see the comments we get too. Like one of the one comment is repeated is always like, oh, don't, this fat loser, don't listen to him, he's a paid shill. And like, you know, like he's an unashamed paid shill. He's a known liar that's been caught lying on multiple channels. And then I asked him, I'm like, oh, do tell, what channels? He leaves Science or Satire, Fight the Flat Earth, and then he says non sequitur. And I'm like, okay, so now I know you're full of shit because you just listed popular channels. I'm like, I was never even on non sequitur. So you just went channels.
Yeah, you were on Steve's channel, not non sequitur.
I mean, that was far from non sequiturs, though. I've been on Steve's channel.
That's my point. And you were great on Steve's channel.
Yeah. Anyways, we're getting off of the topic here. The topic is leaving, and so.
By the way, I sent you the link to the video because I don't know how to share a screen with you.
Oh.
So if you,
Hey.
so basically,
Probably because you're using a Mac or something, aren't you? You son of a.
No, I'm using my Alienware. However, with my new mixer, I can use my Mac again.
Well, where did you send the link to?
In the chat, in the where it says people, like up top right.
Oh, okay. Thought
Yeah,
maybe you
in
like,
the-
yeah, we got so many different forms of talking to each other.
Tell me about it. No, in the OBS, I figured it'd be easier.
Is this 5 minutes? We're playing the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
QXIR, Qxer.
Okay. Brainy Beaver, everybody, come subscribe to me. This is QXAR, Qxer. 174,000 subscribers, eh? Good for him. Qxer, apparently Frank has your permission for this. Don't strike us, please.
No, I mean, I have it in audio form, so if guys.
Yeah, you know what? I think it goes a long way sometimes just to look at the camera in the eye and say, just please don't, because they have to watch it.
He was like, I don't care. You can use anything that I put out. Just please give me credit for it. I'm like, of course. And
Qxer, everybody. You can see the name right there.
Qxer.
Yep. QXIR. And it's got this cute little white QXIR. There you go.
In 2003, Pennsylvania would be exposed to one of the most bizarre crimes in recent history. A pizza delivery man would attempt to rob a bank with an explosive collar around his neck. After being surrounded by police, he would plead with them to defuse the explosive, claiming someone had forced him into the collar and that it was set to explode if he did not complete a list of tasks in the given time. Police were confused and unsure of what to do next, but the pizza man's time was running out. Brian Douglas Wells was a 46-year-old man who dropped out of high school and became a pizza delivery boy. Kids, stay in school. He worked at Mamma Mia Pizzeria in Erie, Pennsylvania for 30 years. 30 years, man. That's some serious dedication. Like, I thought I loved pizza, but this guy was in the business of pizza for longer than I have been alive. This guy must have been a pizza expert, a pizza genius. Meanwhile, here I am, a pizza idiot, making shitty YouTube videos. Damn, kids. Remember when I said stay in school? Fucking forget it. What do I know? I'm just a pizza dumbass. I'm a pizza shit. Wells' employers considered him a valued and trusted employee, but little did they know, Wells was planning a little side hustle to make some extra money. Wells had been planning an elaborate heist with Marjorie Dale Armstrong and Kenneth Barnes. The heist would begin on the afternoon of August the 28th, 2003. Barnes placed an order for 2 pizzas a few miles away from the pizzeria. This signaled to Wells that the game was on, and Wells drove out to meet with Barnes and his accomplices. However, when he did, he learned there'd been a change of plans. Wells was going to rob the bank by himself with a bomb locked around his neck. Ah yes, the old spicy necklace switcheroo. Oldest trick in the book. It was at this point Wells realised he fucked up. Obviously, he didn't want to partake in this scheme, and he tried to wrestle with the men and flee. A handgun was fired into the air, causing Wells to comply. They attached the bomb collar, gave Wells a homemade shotgun walking stick, Jesus Christ, look at that, and a list of 4 tasks to complete lest the bomb blow up, the bank robbery being the first. Wells was to leave the bank with $25,000. Okay, so already you can probably tell that this plan has way too many moving parts. It's like something out of one of those bank robbery movies where they spend years planning every detail of this really complicated heist. Only here the robber just found out the plan like 10 minutes beforehand, and also he doesn't actually really want to do it. Like, a plan this convoluted should really have a more solid foundation. Like, you wouldn't attempt to build a house of cards on a table with 2 fucking legs. Wells entered the bank with the cane, or shotgun, and demanded the money. You can probably guess how much success he had. There was no way this harebrained scheme was ever going to end well. Police quickly intervened, at which point Wells informed them that 3 unnamed men had forced him into the explosive collar and demanded he complete the 4 tasks. Put yourself in the police's shoes at this point. What do? You can't approach him because he claims he's got a bomb on him, and you're not really sure if he's like a victim in all of this or what. It's understandable they'd be confused. They eventually called the bomb squad 30 minutes later. What? 30 minutes later? You couldn't have been that confused. What were they doing in all that time? Like, if you left a paper bag with the word bomb on it in the middle of the street today, they'd be all over that like flies on shit. You're telling me this guy very clearly had something strapped to his neck and was screaming about how it would explode and kill him, and it didn't occur to you to get the bomb squad involved any sooner? Look at his fucking walking stick shotgun. This guy isn't fucking around. By this time, there was live news coverage of the event. Barnes and Deal Armstrong were watching shit hit the fan live on TV. They decided that dead men tell no tales and remotely detonated the device, killing Wells instantly. Yes, a man really had his head blown off on live TV.
Oh my god, really?
Eventually, both Barnes and Deal Armstrong would be caught, and their motives for the heist were truly strange. Deal Armstrong's father's estate had once been valued near $2 million, so she and Barnes hatched a plan to kill him for the inheritance. Okay, fair enough. However, they needed $125,000 to pull this off, and so came up with the bank robbery. So the bank robbery wasn't even the big job, that was just a stepping stone. I'd love to see what they had planned for this guy if they needed that much money to kill him. Like, if they could get a guy to wear an explosive collar and wield a walking stick shotgun, what could they put together with all that money? I'm honestly a little disappointed in the authorities for not giving these guys a pass for creativity alone. They should have let them go just long enough to see what kind of crazy shit they were going to pull in the assassination attempt. I genuinely want to know what they could do with the right resources. Were they gonna shoot this guy into space or something? In 2008, Kenneth Barnes pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 45 years in federal prison for his role in the bank robbery and use of a destructive device during a crime of violence. In 2010, Marjorie Deal Armstrong was found guilty of participating in the crime and was sentenced to life plus 30 years.
Oh my god. Like, what could they have done if they just spent that kind of money?
Yeah, and that really happened.
He really got his head blown off, eh? I didn't think that was a twist I wasn't ready for, I'll be honest. Oh my god.
A lot of the stories he tells you, dude, the first one I played is totally absolute. Like, if I told you how insane the 400-meter long run in the 1904 Olympics was one day in St. Louis, you'd go, that sounds like the boringest shit I've ever heard. I'm like, aha, but you'd be wrong, sir. It was probably the most insane shit you've ever heard. Like, it's amazing what happened during that one race. Like,
that's crazy. He got his head blown right off.
I know, man. Danzig's bricks, that's another one. Danzig, he's out of his fucking mind. He had this big pile of bricks in front of his house, and apparently he got mad and started throwing the bricks in the dumpster, screaming profanity once. And that's the story of Danzig's bricks. But that's what I mean. Like, Cukester does a lot of like really cool, videos like that, like of history you've never heard about,
Man, it's just a picture of a dead body on the ground. Like, he just totally got his head blown off.
Yeah, like the one, like that wasn't even the one I wanted to send you. The one I wanted to send you was called the Killdozer, about this guy in Colorado that I don't want to, talk too much about it. We'll play it next week.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
want to
jeez.
play more
No, it's just crazy. Now I've got this morbid sense of curiosity where I just want to see his head get blown off.
Oh yeah.
Because, like, not because, like, I think it's, like, great that a guy lost his head, but I'm just like, this has got to be sensational.
Yeah, I mean, it was on live TV, live news. Yeah,
That sucks.
Yeah, because it was remote controlled, and the accomplices, they're like, oh shit.
What year was this?
It looked like late 90s ish by the glasses. Maybe
2003. So,
yeah,
Jesus, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't hear about this crap at all.
Yeah.
Anyways, whatever. Anyways, yeah. So that was fun, Frank. I guess we should get off.
Yep. So yeah, let me plug my phone in so I can play our outro song after the stream ends. Just gotta let me know that. So but that's for the podcast.
Bye, YouTube.
Yeah. Bye,
Hold
YouTube. But definitely check out the podcast for this while you're working during the week, or whatever, and you'll probably catch other things that we talked about. Maybe, who knows? But you will catch the two songs we play that you don't hear on here. So there you go. That's your little spice for the podcast. So just go to reddragonsradio.com. That's it. reddragonsradio.com. And check out Am I on the Air by DX.Mega as well.
Sweet. Okay, I'm going to do Yelling Beaver. Yelling Beaver. Oh, there it is. Now it's going to work. Computer sometimes has to, like, load that hard drive. Yeah.